Hi, some thoughts for today, the fifth Sunday after Trinity. So what's on today, guys? Could have been the greeting as the disciples of Jesus met for another day together. What's on today? Where are we going today? They might have tossed a few places around as possible villages to visit, but they knew for sure that it would not be Nazareth. That visit had not worked out well. They reflected on perhaps how Jesus was hurt by the comments and attitudes from people he had known all his life. They commented that when the local boy does good, not everyone applauds. So where are we off to today? Then they hear that it is now their turn. Jesus is going to send them out to do some teaching, tackle a few demons and cure those who are sick. Also they discover that they will be travelling light, taking only a staff and no bread, no bag, no money. They are to trust in the local kindness and hospitality, but they will be going in pairs. This must have been quite a wake-up call for those friends of Jesus. A short time ago they'd been fishermen and part of the life around Galilee, but this was something very different. Only a short time ago they had left Nazareth as it was just not working for Jesus. At the beginning, they were amazed at his teaching. Where did he get all this wisdom? They remark on his hands and the deeds of power that they can perform. His hands, but those are the hands of a skilled carpenter. I sit on one of his chairs. There's the door he made and those other items around the home. His hands did that, but now those same hands are repairing broken lives. How can it be? It was easier for them to talk to Jesus about broken chairs than it was to talk about broken lives. Much easier. But now it is the time of the disciples and out they go. I can imagine as they left Jesus, they must have experienced mixed feelings. Jesus obviously trusts them, but still they must have wondered whether they were ready for such responsibility. What if no one liked them? Had God really chosen them for this work? They would not have been alone in their concerns. When God calls, the response is not always a positive one. Moses said, as God spoke to him via the burning bush, that he was slow of speech and stuttered anyway. Jeremiah told the Lord he was too young. Amos responded with the words that he was no prophet, but a keeper of sycamore trees. Mary said simply, "How can this be?" Dear old Peter thought he was too sinful, and even Paul, that human dynamo of a preacher, wrote, "I know that nothing good lives in me." There are some serious heavyweights there, but they all had some misgivings about themselves and about what God wanted them to do. I can remember leaving theological college and beginning my priestly life in Feltham in the London diocese and feeling totally inadequate. Also, when I started my 12 years as the Anglican chaplain at Heathrow Airport, I experienced huge fears as to how I was going to fulfill my pastoral role in the world's premier airport. Then again, arriving at St Bury and St Levan and Sennan, those same fears, same feelings of inadequacy were just as real. What God said to those leaders and prophets of old, what Jesus said to his close companions, and what God and Jesus say to you and me today is the same message. God and Jesus looks at us and asks not whether are we suitable, but are we available? Behind his call lies a wonderful trust in you and me to be his hands, his feet, his heart in the world. Jesus lived his life among those who were not suitable, but if they were available, they received healing and peace and became our teachers. Jesus knew that if he believed in them, then they would believe in themselves. They were not high flyers. Many were vulnerable, weak and lost, but by making themselves available to Jesus, their lives changed. Jesus looks at each one of us and says, I have something special that only you can do. Are you available? Every day God longs to hear us say, "What's on today, Lord?" So stay safe, pilgrim.